By late summer, the breeding birds have gone, and there are migrant waders on the shore. Dunlins probe busily in the mud. Turnstones deftly turn the shells to snap up the sandhoppers beneath. Along the edge of the dunes, there is a fringe of sea rocket, one of the first colonizers of the sand. The tall marram grass behind is the main builder and binder of the dunes. Here is a rare plant, the handsome sea holly. Ragwort is eaten by the caterpillars of the cinnabar moth. The orange and black stripes are a warning to birds that the creature is unpalatable. In the evening light at the end of our walk, a short-eared owl hunts over the salt marsh. Gibraltar Point is used for education. It has also become famous for research on such subjects as the fauna of the intertidal zone. These are barnacles. This is a ragworm. There is also research on birds, on migration in particular. Some of the thousands of migrants which in spring and autumn pass through the reserve on their journeys are caught in these large funnel-shaped traps set among the dune bushes. They are carefully and skillfully ringed and examined for information about sex and age, about molt and parasites. Over the years, recoveries of ringed birds have transformed our knowledge of their distribution and movements and many other aspects of their life histories. We know, for example, that some of the blackbirds ringed at Gibraltar Point in autumn nest over a wide area of northwest Europe and winter as far west as Ireland. As the autumn high tides creep over the mudflats, vast flocks of waders, sanderlings and dunlins, knots and godwits and oystercatchers fly in from the wash to rest on the sand spits of the reserve to wait until the ebb again uncovers their feeding grounds. Autumn merges into winter. At Gibraltar Point, the bright orange berries of the sea buckthorn light up the dunes on dull November days. Some visitors have departed. Others have arrived. Fieldfares from Scandinavia. A waxwing, a rarer visitor from the north. From the north too, from Iceland and Greenland, come the pink-footed geese, which feed in thousands on the fenland fields and flight each evening over the reserve to roost in safety on the tidal flats. Winter is a busy time for the Trust. Almost all our reserves need active management to maintain their particular conditions, and most of this work must be done in the winter months. In Hoplands Wood, volunteers are widening the rides and cutting and clearing away ash and hazel coppice. We have reintroduced the traditional coppice with standard system. That is, standard trees of oak and ash with an understory of ash and hazel cut periodically for small timber. This creates particularly varied and favourable conditions for many woodland plants and animals. At the nearby Claxby Chalk Pit Reserve, this party are planting groups of beech trees, which will add to the variety of habitat there. At Linwood Warren, this Conservation Corps team constructed a dam to control water levels throughout this reserve.
What of the future? The countryside has never changed so rapidly as in the last 30 years. This change will continue at an increasing rate. New towns and cities will be built and old ones expanded. Coast and country will be increasingly used for recreation. More of the remaining wild places will almost certainly disappear. This tract of wet heathland with the rare and beautiful marsh gentian and the grayling butterfly has recently been destroyed. The landscape will be extensively altered by the new farming. Dick Cornwallis, a farmer and the chairman of the trust, has studied the impact of modern farming on the countryside.
Today we are seeing the impact of a new agricultural revolution. New crops, new machinery, new methods. The old and varied landscape of hedgerow and tree, of copse and pond and parkland is being widely swept away. It is often replaced by a bare, monotonous arable prairie. Streams and rivers are turned into canalized ditches. There is change, too, in the forest. In time, the new coniferous woods will have their own attraction and interest, but we shall miss the wealth of plants and animals of the old, mixed, deciduous woodlands which are now fast disappearing. Progress in agriculture and forestry must mean change in methods and practices and in the landscape pattern. We accept this, but we believe that it need not and should not deprive the countryside of all its variety of wildlife and natural beauty.
As you have seen, natural treasures still survive in Lincolnshire. The values of wild nature for our own well-being, for enjoyment, for education, for scientific knowledge, are fortunately more widely appreciated than ever before. Conservation has become the concern of government, national and local. And we can be proud that Lindsay and Kesteven were the first county councils to establish countryside committees. Official action is essential, but the countryside will retain variety and beauty of landscape and wildlife only if enough people are concerned that it should and are prepared to do something about it now. Membership of your county trust offers you the opportunity to support and take some part in the conservation of this irreplaceable heritage and the shaping of the countryside of the future.